Kia ora, Hami, it's Piripi here. Just going to go into a little bit more detail about that astronomy system using Harihongi's drawing and his blueprint of wharekura in Hawaii and his kōrero, and now the kōrero that comes from Richard Taylor in his book Tika Maui. Harihongi draws one of his notebooks a blueprint or an outline, a diagram, sorry, of wharekura. So what I've done is I've taken that page out of his whakapapa book and blown it up. I've blown it up because I couldn't use the PowerPoint at Waitangi. I actually didn't get to talk about this. It's too good. I don't know if you can see that, but you'll see here, this is wharekura here, and he's named all the pai. Now what gave me the idea that this particular diagram and kōrero could be used as the basis for a new system of astronomy is because he calls the Pou toko manawa Pou tu maro. We know that Pou tu maro was the term for noon, when the sun is at its zenith, and that Pou is not normally called Pou tu maro, it's called Pou toko manawa, but that's how he's got it. It's got whakamaro underneath the kupu Pou tu maro. He's got whakamaro i te tāhuhu. So we know that the tāhuhu is representative of the Milky Way. There's other kōrero there that Harihongi writes, such as, or writes about some of the astronomical or terminology that he's got that has astronomical significance, which is all he talks about this imaginary line from east to west. Now perhaps he got that from Western astronomers, I don't know, but he says this is imaginary line from that runs from north to south and then from east to west, and it intersects, and he's got Maori kupu for that, which is fascinating. He also talks about the horizon, and the way that he describes it in the kupus that he uses, or his maramatanga, is that when the sun comes down and hits the horizon, when the sky hits the horizon and touches it out at sea, and when the water comes up to the horizon where the sky meets, both phenomena have two different names. It's extremely fascinating. Also on this board I've got that kōrero that I spoke about, I showed you on the phone, where it's got the nights of the moon, but that's not the maramataka. These are different, what appears to be different forms of light of the moon, or different progeny of the moon. And then it goes into the kōrero here of the whānau ririki, which he writes is the smaller magnitude stars and how they were placed in the heavens. So yeah, just a little bit of kōrero there, just to give you a bit more detail around what chapter 4 will look like. I have had a little think. I've pondered, done a bit of pondering today, and I've wanted to, what I didn't mention in the last video is that I wanted the 11th chapter on Whatupungapunga, the whare up at Tangaroa's. I wanted Tangaroa to write about that, and why I wanted that is because he has revived the whare of Nukotawhiti, which is hugely significant for Māoridom, certainly for the north. It's hugely significant. So I wanted him to talk about the history, and it'd be nice to finish off with that chapter, because the 12th chapter will be a star chart, possibly, because you'll have all of the ancient kōrero spoken about in the previous chapters, and then we will finish off with the revival of the wharewananga. I also wanted Tangaro to write a foreword, and as I said, it's hugely significant that Whatupungapunga's been revived, and I wanted the publication also to be a publication from Whatupungapunga, and for it to be under the auspices and the mana of that wharewananga. So there's some considerations there, but I feel pretty at ease about it. Kia ora.